This week on CCX News.
You can't really compare Taylor Swift's fandom to anything else. I mean, it's really a singular thing, right?
The business of Swiftonomics, how a music star's new album brings a financial boost to a Plymouth movie theater.
We have families that come here and they say, we've been going here for 10 years or whatever, and it just blows my mind.
Plus, why this family fall tradition now needs a new home.
We've really embraced the milestones here, which I really love.
And later, a special cause for celebration at Maple Grove Hospital. CCX News starts now. To say she's had an impact is certainly an understatement. When she produces, places like this one in Plymouth benefit. Hello and thanks for joining us on CCX News. A Plymouth movie theater is seeing an influx of customers from a surprise Taylor Swift release party. As Emily Haugen reports, it's a helpful boost as theaters still try to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic.
If you're a Taylor Swift fan, you might recognize this, or this, or this. If you're an even bigger fan, you might know she had an album coming out on October 3rd. And if you're one of the true Swifties, you might have contributed to the $15 million box office pre-sale for her upcoming release party of a showgirl.
You can't really compare Taylor Swift's fandom to anything else. I mean, it's really a singular thing, right?
Swift announced a limited movie theater release party for fans worldwide. And Imagine Willow Creek cashed in on that experience.
I can understand why people are excited about it. I mean, as soon as the announcement came out, we saw people buying tickets immediately and filling up showtimes.
Creative Programming Director Tim Hawley says they've added more times within the 3-day event.
Those big boosts are super helpful just because some of these other smaller films maybe aren't delivering what they were prior to the pandemic.
Swift's show isn't the only thing bringing people back to theaters after the pandemic-induced slowdown. Big theatrical events like Wicked are playing a role. Hawley says between these major events, Imagine is showing old films, concert movies, and keeping food and drink local.
We want to be that neighborhood movie theater for a lot of people.
As for the Swift event, Hawley says he's expecting a fun crowd.
I'm expecting, we'll see this just big, large groups of people that are just in a great mood, are just excited for this experience and be able to hear this new record for the first time.
In Plymouth, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
If there's ever an economic slump, Taylor Swift can certainly help shake it off. According to Bloomberg Economics, her most recent Eras tour contributed $4.3 billion to the U.S. gross domestic product. A clothing company founded in Duluth, Minnesota has now made its way to Maple Grove.
This area is one of the fastest growing areas in the Twin Cities. It only made sense just from our customer traffic we received at other stores, setting up sales histories, online sales. It just identified this area as the perfect location for a new store to help build and expand our company.
Duluth Trading recently opened a new store in the shops at Arbor Lakes. It's the company's 6th store in the state. The retailer is best known for its casual workwear, but it also offers a full range of clothing as well as outdoor and home accessories.
It's high quality stuff. We have clothes that are functional for problems you didn't even know you had.
Job seekers may also want to check the store out. They're looking to hire about 40 seasonal workers before the holidays. The newest addition to Osseo area schools now has a new name. The new elementary school under construction in northwest Maple Grove will be called Aspen Ridge Elementary. The Osseo School District invited the community to help name the new school on Arbor Ridge Parkway. Nearly 500 people shared their thoughts. A committee sifted through all the suggestions. Superintendent Kim Heil explained the name they chose has an indigenous connection and a reference to the top submitted name, Arbor Ridge.
The aspen tree species is the most common in Minnesota. I just learned that as well. And it is the first to grow in places of change. It is also indigenous to the city of Maple Grove, which was fascinating.
The board voted unanimously to approve the new name. Construction is underway on the new school. School leaders say it's on schedule to open next year. Next up, the school is looking for future students' feedback on a school mascot. It's been a Twin Cities tradition for many years in Brooklyn Park, visiting the Twin Cities Harvest Festival in Maze. The maze has also been a labor of love, recognizable from above with a variety of themes or Minnesota sports logos. Well, that fall tradition will soon come to an end, at least in its current form. This year will be the last Twin Cities Harvest Festival at its Brooklyn Park location.
It's really weird, and people I've had that question before. People ask like, what is that feeling? And really the best way to put it is just it feels weird.
For 16 years, the Twin Cities Harvest Festival has operated off Highway 169 and 109th Avenue. But the festival doesn't own the land, which is being swallowed up by warehouse-style developments. The lack of space means there won't be a corn maze on the site this year, and the landlord says the festival won't be able to come back in the future. While it's difficult news, festival organizers are excited to see families here one last time.
But just seeing the families have fun, seeing the kids, pet a baby animal and, enjoy that, or run around in the Strabo maze. Like when I was a kid, the Strabo maze was one of my favorite. Run around in the corn pit. That's what we like seeing.
The Bauman family hopes to relocate the festival to another site next year. Still ahead on CCX News, our interview with Senator Ann Rest and a topic she's passionate about, helping victims of fraud. Plus, a sparkling new expansion at a Plymouth senior living community. We'll take you inside next. Senator Ann Rest recently announced on CCX News her plans to retire from the state legislature after 40 years of service. But her work is not finished. Today on CCX News, we sit down with a New Hope lawmaker to look ahead to her final year serving the state. One issue Senator Rest has focused on is groundbreaking legislation to help victims of fraud, particularly seniors. Senator Rest helped usher in legislation to establish a new restitution fund for fraud victims. Today at Newsmakers, we learn that the idea came from a volunteer with the nation's largest nonprofit dedicated to older Americans, AARP.
One of their volunteers came to me and said, what would you think about sponsoring a restitution fund for individuals who have been defrauded, for which there is little opportunity of recovering the money that they lost. I thought it was a wonderful idea, and with the support of the Attorney General and the Governor, this bill was put together, which allows individuals and to regain some of the dollars that they have been defrauded, and to once a case has gone through the courts, person has been judged guilty of the fraud, but they don't have any money left to restore the victims. So there are nevertheless other cases where there is are unidentified victims, but the case has been resulted in a conviction, and money is going into the general fund. So this Victims Restitution Fund carves out every year an amount of money, if it's available, and those victims during that year are now eligible, without applying for it, to receive restitution. One of the good points about it that I am grateful for in terms of the Senate Taxes share is that we made sure that those dollars that are restored to the victims are not taxable in Minnesota under the income tax laws. We got the bill through 5 committees and ended up in the tax bill and in conference, and with the help of Representative Lee, who was the House sponsor of the bill, we got a package in the conference committee that we eventually were able to pass and to get the governor's signature, and it's a unique bill, you know.
First in the country.
Unique here in Minnesota, unique across the country, and it's going to make a difference in people's lives.
In other news, a senior living complex in Plymouth is celebrating a significant expansion, nearly doubling its footprint.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Trillium Woods Senior Living has opened up its $56 million expansion. The 160,000 square foot space has been under construction since April of last year. Independent living units make up the bulk of the new space, but there's also assisted living and memory care units. The facility's executive director says they offer a popular product as baby boomers look for new housing.
Out of our 52 apartments, we have 44 that are already sold, and those folks those were pre-sold, many of them, you know, before a shovel was even in the ground. So the demand is definitely there. We're very excited to have those folks here.
And Trillium Woods is not done growing. There's likely another big expansion in the facility's long-term future. It's been an unseasonably warm fall, but the Three Rivers Park District says it's time to think winter. It's looking to hire workers for its winter recreation season.
Yeah, we're pretty flexible with hours. So if you're looking for full-time 40-hour-a-week work, we can do that for you. But also if you're looking for just weekend work or you know, maybe just part-time hours, we can also be flexible and work with that.
Applications are now open for seasonal positions. The Elm Creek Park Reserve needs about 250 people for positions like guest services, ski instructors, and food service. Park officials say many of the jobs are perfect for teens.
We hire a lot of first-time workers, people that are just kind of getting into the workforce. So we're really familiar with just setting you up for success. We really focus on kind of a team atmosphere. A lot of our younger workers really enjoy working here, and they end up spending a lot of time creating a lot of friendships through working here.
The season lasts from roughly mid-December through mid-March, and the pay range is between $13 to $16 an hour. Still ahead, a milestone moment for a local hospital. See what Maple Grove Hospital is celebrating when we come back. Finally this week, a milestone in Maple Grove that's cause for celebration. Maple Grove Hospital recently celebrated the arrival of its 70,000th baby, meet Hugo. Hugo and his parents, Kelly and Todd Hughes, were honored by the hospital's Family Birth Center team. Maple Grove Hospital has been around for 15 years, and baby number 70,000 shows just how much it has grown. Nurses say the hospital was originally built to do 50 births a month. It has since grown to deliver 10 times that number, close to 500 a month.
We love reaching these milestones because it really shows the impact that we have in the community, and we like to treat everyone here like our family, and so we're just so happy that people want to come to our house.
We have a lot of staff retention that have been here for years or since the beginning, which I think says a lot. Most of us, I would say, have had our own babies here, which is pretty special, so I think we will just continue the growth that we've shown the last 15 plus years.
The hospital also continues to rack up honors. Recognized 4 years in a row by the Star Tribune's Minnesota's Best competition in the Best Place to Have a Baby category. Well, that does it for this show. Remember to visit ccxmedia.org for the very latest news. Up next, John Jacobson has CCX Sports.
Hello everyone, my name is Shannon Slatton Schwartz and I'm the Executive Director of CCX Media. Today I'm here to tell you about some programming changes coming to our news, sports, and city stories that you see right here on CCX Channel 799 and Channel 12. You might not realize it, but the majority of our revenue actually comes from franchise fees and PEG fees from cable television subscribers. Since 2017, our funding has been falling due to people moving away from traditional cable television. Our revenue has fallen 40% since 2017, so we're having to make some tough adjustments. Some of those adjustments will impact what you see on this channel. From now on, instead of providing a daily newscast, we will shift to a weekly newscast and a weekly city stories show. This show will be new every Saturday. It will air throughout the week, and it will have all of the hyper-local stories that you've come to expect from CCX Media. But we are still turning daily stories. Please make sure that you check out our website, ccxmedia.org, to see those. Please subscribe to our social media channels, our YouTube channel, and also to our email newsletter, where stories are delivered to your inbox every day. For 40 years, we've told the stories from Brooklyn Center, Brooklyn Park, Crystal, Golden Valley, Maple Grove, New Hope, Osseo, Plymouth, and Robbinsdale. And we plan to continue to tell those stories to keep you connected to the place you call home.
The boys soccer rankings in Class 3A is loaded with late conference teams. That includes local squads, Maple Grove and Wayzata. Jay Wilcox has highlights from their match.
Fourth-ranked Maple Grove wrapping up the regular season against seventh-ranked Wayzata in boys soccer. Maple Grove's Everett Johnston is tugged at, but he gets the pass to Usman Toure, who puts the shot away under the keeper as the Crimson grab a 1-0 lead about 12.5 minutes into the contest. Wayzata responds as Jeremy Cordero's shot is saved, but Anthony Tringali taps the rebound in. The Trojans tie it up 1-1 at the half on senior night for the Trojans and their families. Second half, and Wayzata grabs the lead. Reed Bolson's free kick to George Sefker for the header to Aiden Isla for another header. Despite being outplayed for much of the night, the Trojans have a 2-1 lead. But Maple Grove gets one back as Parker Carlson's corner is headed in by Carter Mast. Great placement on the corner kick and the header. This one ends in a 2-2 tie. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The high school soccer playoffs begin the week of October 6th. The regular season wrapped up on September 30th for both the Maple Grove and Wayzata girls teams. Maple Grove girls soccer on the road to close out the regular season with a late conference match at top-ranked Wayzata. Just over 4 minutes into the first half, and Ella O'Keefe crosses the ball to Lauren Craig, and the Wayzata junior gets herself free to get a shot away into the back of the Crimson net. Her 19th goal of the season. It's an early 1-0 lead for the Trojans. Maple Grove goalie Abby Stendal keeps MG close. Back-to-back saves here on Craig and O'Keefe. It remains 1-0 Wayzata at halftime. Second half, good passing here by Wayzata. Alex Valou to Craig, who taps it over to Ava Moldy. Her left-footed shot is in for a goal. The Trojans lead 2-0, 10.5 minutes into the second half. Alex Alvarez stops everything in net for Wayzata to post a shutout. Wayzata remains unbeaten with a 2-0 win over Maple Grove. Section tournament soccer begins on October 7th, with finals for most sections scheduled for October 14th. The Heritage Christian Academy girls soccer team has had a terrific season. The Eagles were 9-3-2 on the season and ranked 7th in the state in Class A, heading into a matchup against 12-1 Twin Cities Academy. Chaz Moots has the highlights.
A beautiful night for soccer at Maple Grove High School. Heritage Christian Academy scored early and often. Annie Peterson, a nice through ball to Lauren Sawicki. She stabs the ball past the keeper and in the net for HCA's first goal of the game. A lot more still to come from the Eagles. Peterson again feeding the ball up ahead. This time she dishes it to Maya Isle. Near post, low and in, 2-0. Peterson would score a goal herself to make it a 3-goal game. Then she gets her second of the night on this possession, evades the keeper, and has an easy tap-in goal. The Eagles rolling over Twin Cities Academy up 4-0. Still in the first half, this might have been the best goal of the night. Isle with a pass to Peterson. Take a look at the hit from the sophomore forward, top left corner, knocks it in. A hat trick and 2 assists from Peterson in the first half. More of the same in the second half. Isle takes it herself unassisted for her second goal of the match. Heritage Christian Academy earns a big 8-0 win over TCA. In Maple Grove, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Our play of the week on CCX Media is in full swing for the fall sports season. Early each week, the 4 top plays from the previous week games that we were at are nominated for you to vote on. The winner for the week of September 29th was Breck girls soccer player Akila Anderson for her long shot and goal against Providence Academy. Congratulations to Akila on winning. To vote on this week's 4 plays, go to our website, ccxmedia.org, click on the Sports tab at the top, and then select Play of the Week to vote. Next up on CCX Sports, meet a diver who has proven to be a quick study in her sport. That's coming up in this week's CCX Sports Spotlight. Many top high school athletes have played their sports since they were little kids. That's not the case for the standout featured in this week's CCX Sports Spotlight. Here's Jay Wilcox with her story.
For a relative newcomer to her sport, Maple Grove senior diver Ellis Landry is pretty elite.
I've been a diver for Maple Grove for 4 years now. This is my 4th year. I decided to start diving after retiring from competitive gymnastics. So it was a pretty seamless transition, going from gymnastics to diving with all of the flipping and twisting.
I started coaching her 4 years ago as a freshman. I feel like she joined more just for the social aspect, but she's really grown as a student and an athlete. She's exceeded all expectations, I feel like, of herself, for me as well. Her second year, she ended up placing 6th at state, and last year she placed 4th at state. She's just blown all the expectations out of the water.
And when we say new, it wasn't just being new to the varsity level for Ellis.
It was entirely brand new. I actually didn't really know how to swim for a while, and I'm still not awesome at it. So swimming was out of the question, and I didn't even really like getting the water in my eyes when I was little, so diving is a little bit of out of left field, but completely new after gymnastics.
While the swimming part of high school meets is full of noise, the silence during diving was a little hard to get used to.
It was, because in gymnastics, it's like encouraged that you're screaming for your teammates, you're constantly clapping and cheering. So having a completely dead silent pool is definitely a little nerve-wracking because you know that everyone is watching you. But I've gotten used to tuning the silence out, which sounds a little bit silly, but I've gotten used to it, and I just focus on the dive itself and listening to the board instead of not hearing anything else.
Landry notes that diving is easier on her body than gymnastics was, but that doesn't mean a lot of hard work doesn't go into it at practices.
Getting repetition in is really how you get better as a diver. Even though it's scary to do some of the harder dives, the only way that you're going to get more consistent and be able to hit them in meets is by doing more.
Now that she's a senior and has some experience in the sport, Ellis likes to help young divers too.
Yes, I'm becoming more of a mentor. This year especially, I've had to step into a role of leadership. I'm the only returning diver on my team. The other 2 girls are entirely new, so it's been different, like teaching them the ropes, but it's been nice to look at diving through like a new and fresh lens and be able to be excited when they get those new dives, because as you kind of progress, there's less and less that you can learn that's new, but it's been great being with those girls.
She's every coach's ideal athlete. She works hard. She shows other divers how to do drills, shows them how to do dives. Just last week, she was helping a diver learn a new dive off the board with her, so they're both jumping off the board at the same time, showing her how to do it.
As good of a diver as she is, Landry is an even better student. She's heavy into the college application process, and her future may not include diving.
As of right now, I'm not planning on continuing my diving career, but again, like never say never. I would be super open to the possibility. Right now I'm focusing mostly on academics, but I would love the opportunity to dive in college because it is a sport that I love.
I've tried to, push her in that direction of to dive collegiately. I've had other coaches and even referees like, hey, what's her plan? Where's she planning to dive in college? But like she said, she's a 4.0 student. She's very smart. She's very well spoken. She knows what she's doing in the classroom. And if that's what she wants to focus on, that's her dream of pursuing that.
My favorite classes that I've taken have definitely been AP Chemistry and AP Biology, and probably Calculus too. I love the STEM field, and I'm hoping to major in Biomedical Engineering. This year, to prepare myself for that, I'm taking Multivariable Calculus and AP Physics C.
But first things first, the end of the season big meets are approaching for Maple Grove. Placing at state is a goal for Ellis Landry after reaching the podium last season.
Getting 4th at state was really big for me. It was a challenge, and it definitely wasn't my best meet, but I just tried to stay consistent and think about all of the training and all of the hours I had put in prior to state meet. But I'm really proud of that meet and how I did, and I hope to do even better this year.
For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm Jay Wilcox.
Ellis says she is considering attending college in California to be closer to her older sister Temple, who is a gymnast at Stanford. That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson. Thank you to our supporting sponsor, Scott's Lawn Care, serving homes and businesses of their neighbors in the Twin Cities West Metro area. Scott's Lawn Care team offers services ranking from weekly maintenance to complete redesign. Also, Scott's Lawn Care offers snow plowing services for the smallest residential lots to large commercial projects as well. Thank you, Scott's Lawn Care, for being a supporting sponsor of CCX Media.